the past week has not been a good week for Donald Trump, regardless of the polls of him saying that he's winning in several swing states. We need to buckle down and get to work because Trump cannot be allowed to be president again. The horror is way too real. And his supporters are getting way too dangerous for it. But today I want to talk about one of Donald Trump's biggest supporters and a person who's already had his endorsement. That, of course, being Mark Robinson, the gubernatorial candidate of North Carolina on the Republican MAGA ticket.
And he's been an unbelievable Lieutenant Governor, Mark Robinson.
For me, there's no compromise on abortion.
I think you're better than Martin Luther King.
I've been with him a lot. I've gotten to know him, and he's out.
This guy has got some very serious, very destructive problems. I mean, this guy is a stone cold racist. Now, let's take the porn stuff out. Well, just for a quick reference, the CNN reporting that the CNN did and found met on the message board that calls himself a black Nazi, posting some really derogatory things about African Americans and about Jewish Americans, and more to the point, about how he likes transgender porn and how he brags about being a peeping Tom on women. Now, I'm not your judge, and I'm not the one who says that I was never a peeping Tom. All of us here have sometime at one point or another, either by accident or by intent, have looked at porn, whether it's a porn film or Playboy magazine. None of us can claim altruism here. However, what I am saying is this guy has some very serious problems. For a man who rants and raves and calls transgenders evil, that they should be executed. He's either got some very serious self-hatred problems in him that he's trying to express, he's trying to cast out his demons on, or now the dogs are barking up there. But let's put the porn stuff to the side for a few minutes and focus on who this man is. Mark Robinson. Now, in case you don't know who this man is, he's a North Carolina governor's candidate. He has the support of Donald Trump, which makes me even more wondering how I'm supposed to vote for this man. Well, I'm not in North Carolina. I'm not a citizen of North Carolina, so I'm not going to vote for him, obviously. But if I were, I wouldn't be voting for him, not just because I'm not a Republican, or I'm not not because I'm not a MAGA, but because this guy is vehemently racist and a bigot. He hates women. I mean, you probably have seen by now, you have probably seen the clips of when he's asked the question about at what time period was America great? And his answer would be before women got the vote.
I absolutely want to go back to the America where women couldn't vote. Do you know why? Because in those days, we had people who fought for real social change, and they were called Republicans. And they are the reason why women can vote today.
He is against abortion. Now, I understand being against abortion for different reasons and whatnot, but this guy takes it to the next level.
For me, there's no compromise on abortion.
We could pass a bill say you can't have an abortion in North Carolina for any reason.
The abortion in this country is about killing a child because you aren't responsible enough to keep your skirt down.
Now, I made my stances on abortion very clear on a lot of the videos I have done here on YouTube. I'm against abortion when it comes to just a one-night stand of consensual sex. Note the use of that word, consensual sex. And that's one thing. But then I offer options if they happen to get pregnant, other than abortion. I go surrogacy, put the child up for adoption, find a couple that wants to have children, but the woman doesn't want to get pregnant. There are other options other than abortion. Leave the child in front of a police station or a fire station after you give birth. There are other options but abortion, but the Republican Party has never, not once, no church member voted, no church pastor who's voting for Donald Trump, not once has issued those kind of options. They never say adoption or surrogacy or sanctuary laws. They say you get pregnant, you're going to have the baby, that's it. But when it comes to Mark Robinson, now this is where I support abortion, whether it's a case of rape or incest, and especially if the mother's life is in danger. But with Mark Robinson, there are no exceptions. So this guy is a bigot against women. He hates abortion, and he vehemently hates black people. He hates black people with a passion. I mean, this guy the comments he says about black people will make you cringe.
I ain't no little weak gymnast that quits when you go and get stuff. My generation is cut from a different cloth. Now, I don't quit when the going gets tough. Been plenty of times when I've been in the car, tired, dog tired, want to turn around and go back home. You see, I'm not doing this for myself. I'm not like somebody out there flipping around on TV on some monkey bars out there trying to get a gold medal for myself. I'm doing this for a bigger cause.
I don't know what happened to this guy. Many of the people who are racist that I've encountered, that I've seen on Facebook or on television or on politics, the people that I've encountered in my personal life that are racist, they all have reasons why they're racist. Maybe something happened to them. Maybe someone was mistreating them as children. But that's still no excuse to be a racist. That's no excuse for hatred. There's no excuse for prejudice. When you look at people like Mark Robinson in the ilk that supports Donald Trump, I mean, just a couple of days ago, I got threatened on open Twitter that I better vote for Trump or my black ass is dead. Now, he didn't say the black ass is dead part, mind you, but he said, you'll be sorry. I take that as a threat. Now, here are the facts of this matter with Mark Robinson. He's going off and getting angry about saying he's going to sue CNN for reporting what happened, reporting those tweets that led to his campaign staffers actually leaving him.
We absolutely are. We absolutely are. We're in talks right now, everything up to legal counsel to take CNN to task for what they have done to us.
However, here's the thing to that, and I applaud them for leaving, but where was all this when he was talking about the most vehement racist things you could ever imagine? You were okay with all that until it got exposed on a porn site. Now, mind you, I'm going to use the word allegedly because, quite frankly, it sounds so incredible for me to believe. But considering who we're dealing with, the nature of this particular beast, I believe it. I wholeheartedly believe it. Now, a lot of Republicans say that he should stand down and he should leave the campaign and suspend the campaign. We're already too late. We're weeks away from the 2024 election. It's too late. It's already too late. I mean, he had his chance to walk out weeks ago, and he didn't. And the Republican Party had a chance to say, we're going to go with this guy instead of Robinson. They didn't. It's too late. Who are they going to select? They can't find anyone else. It's too late. You're stuck with Trump. You're stuck with Robertson. Now, I don't want anyone out there to think that just because and this is all damaging him, that Robertson may not get elected governor, excuse me. Because he's now lieutenant governor. He's trying to become the governor. Don't think that just because this whole CNN report just came out, that this may hurt him. It should hurt him, mind you, but it just might not. Because let me remind you of something that's going on in this country. Right now, we are weeks away from the possibility of a felon, a criminal. Just today, Judge Churkin, at the time I'm making this video, Judge Churkin, the judge in the January 6th case against Donald Trump, said that he is not immune from prosecution. That is the person who's trying to become president again, knowing full well that if he loses, he's going to trial. This is a guy who says some of the most vehement things about women. Just today, meaning Tuesday the 25th. Is it the 25th? Yeah, the 25th. Donald Trump goes off and says that he's the greatest protector of women. No, he's not. He's a rapist. When has he ever protected any woman in his life? And this is a guy who's trying to become president of the United States with a guy like Mark Robertson and his coattails. Now, as I said earlier, a lot of Republicans have withdrawn their endorsements of Mark Robertson. One of them, of course, being Mitt Romney, another one being Miss Lindsey Graham. But Donald Trump hasn't said two words, but frankly, it's not about what Donald Trump says, it's about what he does. This past weekend, Donald Trump was in North Carolina. Where was Mark Robertson? Where was your Ace Boone? Nowhere to be found. So that tells us everything we need to know. That tells us everything we need to know. Donald Trump doesn't want him around because he's damaged goods. However, don't think that just because all this has come out from CNN, they call himself a black Nazi, that he says he wishes, my God, this guy says he wants to own slaves. That he wants to own slaves. I mean, imagine being a black man in this country and say, I wish I could own slaves. I wish that slavery was brought back and I could buy slaves myself. Imagine how sick and depraved of a black man you have to be in America to say something like that. But he said it. And this guy could actually still be elected governor. So we need to buckle down and we need to get to work. Donald Trump cannot be allowed in office. People like Mark Robertson cannot be allowed in office. Because if they do, this country is going to die very slowly. Our freedoms, the flag that's on my shirt, will be destroyed and replaced by Donald Trump and his empire. Mark Robertson did some pretty big damage to the MAGA. But don't think this is a victory lap. We're weeks away from the election and we need to get to work. Regardless of how you feel about Kamala Harris, that doesn't matter anymore. The only other option right now is Donald Trump. And that madness cannot be allowed back into power because it will be the end of this country. Mark Robertson is the perfect example of that. CTP, know the truth. God bless. Peace to the left, justice to the right.